What's up, y'all? Dave here, Wild Hearts Farm. So it is a nice, beautiful, feels like spring out here day in southeastern North Carolina. I have moved up to the loft of the barn we're building out here, and now I'm laying down some flooring. So I'm about maybe a third of the way done, maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, I'm knocking it out right now, and let me show you what we've got going on up here. So I'm using inch and a half, roughly inch and a half by 7-inch tongue and groove yellow pine. Love the cool knots on this. Each piece is actually 16 feet long, but what I'm doing is I'm actually cutting them down to various sizes: 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, and laying them down so I'm not having any seams match up, and it's giving a really nice look. So the stuff goes down actually really well. I am having one issue. I had 2 pallets, I guess 2 bundles of this wood put up here in the loft, and I actually broke out those bundles. I laid it out because I was going to get to work on the floor, and I got pulled into a different direction, and it was actually a couple months. There's wood set up here, and some of it is beginning to warp. So let me show you from the extreme to the subtle, really. So here's a great example. This is probably the worst piece that I've found so far. You can see the bend in that wood. I mean, almost no way I could probably use that. Some of the other pieces are also just slightly warped. So I've had to try to find sort of unique ways to handle that situation. So I am doing this on my own again, so I am going to get back to work and hopefully knock this out in the next couple days. Hey, so I also got me some new toys for this little project up here in the loft, and one is a new miter saw. Check it out. So you guys remember I had that Craftsman saw that was just not doing the job up here, especially with the type of lumber that I'm doing. So I got me this nice new saw, and I'm loving it. So that's my cool new toy number 1. Now let me show you my cool new toy number 2. Yeah, so this is my cool new toy number 2. I'm using 3.5-inch nails and this Numax nailing gun. It's been working really well for me for this project so far. I really like it. It was one of the more cost-effective models out there, but got really good reviews. So 2 new toys for this build that I'm super stoked about. All right, y'all, so I mentioned how some of these boards are slightly warped, some worse than others. No fault but my own. I unbundled them and spread them all out and then got pulled in a different direction. And it's set out here and some of it warped. So what I'm doing when the gaps that I have between these boards are a little bit too far, I'm actually, well, let me show you what I'm doing. It's kind of interesting. So I'm actually using, because it's just me, and I really can't get much leverage by myself, I'm actually using my car jack. And what I'm doing is I'm actually screwing this board in right here into the center beam as a sort of a stop, and then I'm jacking the board across just to try to close up some of these gaps. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about here. All right, y'all, making some good progress here. I've got this whole side back here and this middle section done that's looking off down into the main area of the barn. So I just really have this side here to do. So I think things are looking really, really good. Of course, these new tools that I've got, the saw and the nail gun, are helping out tremendously. But just some of the details I can kind of show you real quickly. So this lined up really, really well. I will say it's a bit of a challenge going around these posts, and full disclaimer, because I know Heather will come up and be like, "Oh wow, it's not a very tight cut there." This is tongue and groove, so there's actually a tongue and a groove right here, and it has to you have to kind of fold it down, onto the seam. So you have to leave a little bit of room. But right here is going to be the opening for the stairs. So I'm going to knock this whole section out here, and then I'm going to move on to this side over here. I'll be done, and then I'll be onto the stairs, which I've never done stairs before, so that should be pretty interesting. But all right. right, y'all, almost finished. So I've got most of the barn trimmed out all the way to the stair opening. I have got one more section left to do. Whew, I'll tell you, sometimes I think I'm getting a little too old for this stuff. But let me show you what I have left. So I have gotten all the way up to this opening for the stairs. And I have one last pile of lumber to go, and then I will be done. Last push, so here we go. All right, y'all, so we're done. Got the flooring in the loft all finished. Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge, but I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with the end result. There is still some trim work that has to be done, but all of the heavy lifting is finished, and I think it's a really fantastic look. And you know, another sort of box checked for our big DIY barn build project. So I'm really happy about that. Now it's on to the next project, which is probably going to be the stairs here. There are some things we have to think about when doing the stairs. You know, how are we going to trim out the walls down to the lower part of the barn? I've never done stairs before, but hey, I've never done, you know, flooring like this before either. So you know, I find the best way is to kind of jump in there and just see what you can do. So that'll be next, and I hope you all stick around to watch that as well. But thank you all for tuning in, And if you hit that subscribe button, of course, you'll see when this next video pops up. So goodbye for now, and until next time.